Give your hands a little bit of shaking once you found your space. Moving forwards and backwards. Lifting your heels and lifting your toes. Giving your hands a brisk shake. And then bring one hand up and lean over to the side, looking forward. Letting your breath out with a sigh over to the other side. Breathing in through your nose and good. Lift the shoulders, let them slide down the back. Looping the shoulders up and down. And then try one shoulder at a time. We begin with a warm-up process called Open the Gates. Good. And then bring one hand to one shoulder and let the elbow make some circles. Take another breath in through the nose and out with a sigh. Over to the other side, looping the shoulder back. And then making some small circles with the head. Looking forward while you do. And circles the other way. Good. Turning your head left and right. Good. And then here we come back to the middle. We'll do the wave breath. Let's start by bringing both hands below the navel, resting lightly on the lower abdomen, and bring your attention to that space where your hands are touching your body. And as you breathe in, see if you can imagine the breath flowing right into that area. And as you breathe out, make a circle with your lips like you're blowing through a straw. And feel that area press in towards your body. Breathing in through the nose. Fill the body. Breathing out, blow it out. Breathing in. And blow it out. Soften your knees, relax your shoulders. Become completely present. Now feeling as if your whole body is breathing. Imagine the breath is expanding all the cells in your body from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet. Like you're actually growing a little bit in size. Either blowing out through your mouth, or you could breathe out through your nose. Checking in on your feet, letting them be a little wider than hip width apart. And let the knees soften. So you feel a little spring in your legs, a little bounce. And then relax the hands. As you inhale, sweep the hands up in front of you, palms up. And as you exhale, let them float down with the palms down. Now imagine that your breath is moving up and down with your hands, flowing through your body like a river. Breathing in and out through your nose as you scan from the toes to the knees to the hips to the chest to the head, and then scan with your mind down your body until you feel your feet. Breathing in from the bottoms of the feet, energy in your hands floats up, and then exhale, head, shoulders, hips, knees, feet. Do a few on your own, dwelling in your body, staying here. And let's start to bring some more movement in. So this time, turn your palms up when they reach the chest and look up and press up. And then let the hands float down to the side. So a big circle now, bending the knees. Imagine you're touching the earth with your fingers. Come on up. Look up. Press up. And the hands come down. Look up. Press up. And this time let the hands come to the waist. And we'll make some circles with the waist. So practice keeping this breathing linked with your mind, present in your body, even when we do these other moves now. So find how your mind can join the movements. Go the other way. Feel your whole body. This is how this practice becomes different than exercise. It's the degree of presence that you're able to embody while doing these movements. You can bend and straighten both knees. And then come to stand on one foot. And if you'd like to use a chair or a wall for support, you are welcome to do that. Step the other foot back and then roll the toes and the ankle. Circles. And at the same time, let any other parts of your body move that want to. So my wrists were just wanting to go along with this. So give in to these intuitive movements. Stepping the other foot back, circling the toes all around, and the ankle. And then also, where else? Is there something a way you can move your neck that will somehow create an opening? And then shake a leg. Shake, shake, shake. Shake the other leg. And then come back and shake an arm. Shake from the shoulder so that the whole arm shakes and moves. And then the other. Now, sometimes we have the habit of holding stress and tension in our face. We tend to look serious. I know I do. So this one's great for that. We're going to smooth out the worry lines in the forehead. We have to retrain the brow muscles to relax to neutrality, to be open to what this moment, what this day is bringing, and to let the past stay in the past, at least for a few minutes here. Okay? Come on down, smooth out your eyebrows and your eyes. Brush your face out with your fingertips, noticing where your hands touch your body. Dwell there. Down to your chin. You can open and close your mouth and massage out your jaw. Good. And then let your head come over to one side and bring a hand up to the shoulder. Give yourself a little shoulder massage. Moving around or finding one good spot and pressing in and breathing there. Bring all of your attention to that one spot, just for a breath or two. Over to the other side. Massage. And relax. Now shake out the hands again. See if there's a little more opening, freedom in the hands, arms, shoulders. Bring one hand up and down. Shake in a way that you've never shaken before, like behind you, or both hands over to one side. Find a way to shake that nobody in the world has ever shaken before. Use both hands in a leg. If you find the corners of your mouth turning up towards your ears, then you'll know the practice is working. Good. All right, while I was doing this strange sideways thing, my hips were saying, what about me? You haven't done us yet. So come to stand on one foot. Use your chair if you'd like for support. I'll do that here. It's great to have a chair with you for our Qigong practices for support, and also our meditations are all done in the chair. And then we do some leg swinging. Even if you can balance in the middle of the room using a few fingertips on a chair or on a wall or on a table, lets you really let this leg go. So since I have two areas here, my leg and my hand, I know I can really swing this leg. Swinging the leg releases the lower back. Whew. My hamstrings are liking this too. We'll use the chair for a hamstring stretch after this. Other side. You can swing the other arm. How steady can you make your standing leg so that that swinging leg can really get going? Feels good. Good. Now bring your hands to that chair back and walk your feet away. You can also use a table or a wall or a windowsill for this. Walk your hands away. Bend the knees, reach those hips back, and let your back lengthen. Looking straight down. Bend the knees enough so that your back is straight so you can pretend like you're doing a back bend here. Not a lot, just a little bit of a lift of the tailbone. And then breathe into this whole body. Come back to that visualization of your light body expanding with the breath. Now bend the knees, walk the feet forward. And come back to stand. And let your whole body equilibrate here. And then find your next movement. Let's explore around. How can you create more opening? And then the feet are wider than hip width apart, and we'll start to go side to side, knocking on the door of life. Let those arms wrap around. You're making a sound as your hands tap or slap or bump your hips, your low back, the sacrum, stomach. Be thorough. Let your hands contact everything. And then slow it down and let your hands float in front of you, palms going in the same direction. And go slowly that you can feel the air flowing between your spread fingers. And then as you slow it down, now let the palms face each other. And moving or swaying, so your body's never quite still. And now let your hands pulse with the breath. A little farther apart, a little closer together. The forearms are sloping down, and there's a curve a gentle, continuous curve to the wrist and the fingers. So they're not slack and they're not tense. There's an in-between, which is energized. Now imagine that this energized ball is starting to make circles. So this one's called the water wheel. The hands are floating up with the breath and floating down with the breath. The in and the out breath could be in either part of this. Don't be too attached to that. Just know that there's a rhythm in a cycle. The knees are soft, and now the hips are starting to move as well as the circles get bigger, coming up your side. And then imagine that this circle of light is surrounding your body and that you're gently encouraging this flow. Like we did in the beginning, the breath is moving up to the top of the head, down the front of the body to the feet. You're both observing and guiding the energy. It's happening all the time, whether you're aware of it or not. And your intentional awareness is merging with this flow. Come on back to the center. And let's pause for a moment. Bring both hands below the navel. With your eyes opened or closed, notice what you're feeling. Look within, listen within, feel within. From here, come to stand on one foot, balance for a moment as the other foot steps out wide, and then the other foot turns out as well. Bending both knees and straightening both knees. Warming the thighs and the hips into this horse stance, like you're riding a horse. Good. Go as deep as you can and short of any discomfort in your knees. Always willing to let out any sighs or sounds that are there. Ooh, you can make any vowel sound as a starting point. E. Now, from the bent knee position, bring your hands in front of you like you're doing a really low prayer hand. So the heels of the hands are pushing down while you're keeping the palms pressed together. Okay? So the wrists are bent back. And then as you inhale, start to straighten. Bring the hands up. Keep them folded. Keep them bent back as the hands go out. Now you're pushing away and then come into this deep squat. This one's called drawing a circle. So come on together. Inhale, straighten, lift, and see if you can make a smooth circle with the palms of your hands coming as low as you can where they join to rise up, bending the knees as far as you'd like. There's no need to push it in these classes. There's plenty of benefit to a gentle approach here today. Once you have these moves, let your eyes either close or at least become neutral, wide, soft, open. Look, see if you can see your hands the whole time with your peripheral vision. And relax. Come to stand on one foot as the other foot lifts and floats and places down. Bring the hands in front of you in that prayer position again, another one that includes the wrists. What we're doing here is making infinity circles with the hands as one hand pushes the other hand back. And your whole body is swaying. So see that in my body there's an S shape. This one's called swimming dragon. Imagine a dragon swimming in the water, making the S shape. And then come a little bit lower, start to bend your knees. You'll come down as far as is comfortable for you today. Little lower, little lower, little lower until you're in this a deepest squat as you can. And then press your feet, lift up, reach up, come up to your tippy toes, get tall. And release the hands to the side. Remembering that circle we just did, gather them up and then begin again. So we'll add that circle on at the end so that these two moves become connected. Swirling. Exaggerate the hip movement laterally, left and right, and more. Coming down, coming down. Deeper, 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 all the way down. And then when you're ready, press, lift, tippy toes, reach, and then let the hands separate. Here's that circle, bending the knees as the hands connect in front of you. And then right up they go in front of the upper energy center, the upper dantian. Seeing with your eyes, listening with your ears. Down a little bit lower, feeling with your whole body, the swirling as you stir up the middle energy center, and then down, lower, 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 all the way low, and up you go. And we'll do a couple more in silence. And then after you finish the one that you're on, come on back to the middle. One foot picks up, steps out to the side. The other foot turns out. And this one's called coiling python. So we'll do a twist, bending the knees, supporting yourself powerfully on your thighs above your knees. And then you can turn both hands in and lower one shoulder, looking to the side. To the other side. Back and forth. Taking a few breaths in a twist. And then from the middle, let your heels go wider than your toes, and then melt down towards the floor, reaching something with your hands, the floor or your chair. And then sway a little back and forth as you let your head reach for the ground. Looking behind you, stretching out the whole back body. You can sway or hold still, your choice. And then inch your feet towards each other, bend your knees, and come down to your knees on the floor. Let both hands come up and cover your heart. Tuning into your own precious heartbeat. Feeling life circulating through the breath, through the veins, through the heartbeat. And we are not here on this earth only for ourselves. We're also here to share, to offer, to connect. So letting your hands come forward as your head bows slightly, acknowledging each other in this room. And then come back to yourself once again, breathing into that space behind your hands. Staying linked to your vast open heart today. Staying linked to the breath. And letting your eyes drink in the color and the light of the natural world. Nature has an endless capacity to nourish and sustain and replenish you. So let it in.